Right people, so the E60 M5 is behind me. I did tell you guys we're going to get more M cars on the channel. I'm a big M car fanboy myself, even though we do loads of Audi videos on this channel. But yeah, what we'll do now is we'll give you guys a little walk around of this car, because basically this thing, yeah, is one of them cars that you either love or you hate. Because some people much prefer the E39 that came before it, and some people obviously prefer the F10 that came after it. But this thing's got its own appeal. It's quite a raw car, and obviously it's the first and last time they put a V10 in an M5, so it has got a sort of unique proposition there. But yeah, what we'll do now, yeah, is I'll give you a little walk around the car, give it a few revs, and obviously we'll get some flybys in a bit. But yeah, I'll just show you the spec before we carry on going for our drive. So yeah, let's get started. Right people, so the E60 M5. First things first, 4 exhaust pipes and the M5 badge. This car, I'm not going to lie, yeah, is not sort of a shouty car. It's quite subtle. I mean, if you know what you're looking for, then you'll spot it a mile away. And me, I always know the sort of features to look for on an E60 M5 to identify one. But yeah, I'll show you guys some of those features now. So main thing, obviously 4 exhaust pipes. And if they're dirty, you might not even spot them at all. The diffuser isn't too crazy. It's got this slight bit down here to let a bit of airflow in, because obviously this is a 200-mile-an-hour car if it's de-restricted. Obviously the M5 badge. And also you've got these sort of unique alloys to the E60 M5. These didn't come on any other sort of 5 Series. These ones are painted black. Also, you got the grille on the side and a slightly flared arch. It's not overboard, but it's definitely slightly flared. Also, the car has these unique mirrors to the M5. If you look at a normal 5 Series, they're quite blocky and squared. But yeah, they're just slightly more aerodynamic on an M5. Some people aren't fans of the E60 M5, I mean, in terms of the design, because it's quite sort of crazy looking. It came from that Bangle era, so it is a bit more wild looking than compared to something like an E39 or F10, but I don't know, it just stands out a bit more. Obviously, you've got the sort of side skirts there, which obviously give it that more aggressive profile. And also, another thing to note, they don't have fog lights at the front, because obviously this normal M Sport, if you look, they have fog lights there. Obviously this for cooling purposes. So what we'll do now, we'll just check out the interior. Right, so the interior, I mean, inside it's black as well. It's got the silver trim. I mean, this interior won't have been too bad in 2005, to be honest. You gotta remember this car's now 12 years old, so a lot of this stuff over here is quite out of date, so we won't really focus on that. Everyone knows the sketch with the iDrive. The main thing is obviously the engine and obviously that high red line over there. I mean, all of this stuff down here, it can be sort of programmed to the M button, so it just turns it up all to max basically. But here obviously you've got the gear change ferocity. This is damping, like I mentioned, DSC and power. Now power in this, if you didn't know, the M5 is in 400 bhp standard when you turn it on, but if you program it to 500 or 500 sport, it turns to 500 brake. And basically with the M button, it's been mapped to the max attack mode. So if you press the M button, you basically get 500 bhp, and if you notice down here, the damping is all set to max, and obviously the power button is on. The heads-up display is also there as well. Ignore the car. I mean, if you could just see it, the camera can pick up, I believe. There's the M dynamic mode. So if I take it off, it's just a normal speedo. Press the M button and there it is. Pretty sort of advanced for the time, to be honest, because a lot of the cars now have these sort of features, but I think this car was the sort of first of its type. Right people, so that's the interior and exterior of the E60. I mean, some of this stuff is out of date now, for example the iDrive, but to me I don't really care. You guys just want to hear the V10 in action. So what I'll do now, I'll turn it back off, turn it back on, give you guys a start up noise, and then basically give you a few revs, and we'll carry on with that drive. So yeah, let's do that. Alright guys, so as you heard, proper motorsport sounding car. It's true to the M badge, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the few M cars that sounds like a proper motorsport engine. Obviously V10, what can you say, right? So let's go carry on with that drive like you guys are waiting for. Enough of all this stationary stuff, I want to get back in myself. So yeah, let's carry on. Right people, so here we are back in the E60. We are in M mode, so full 500 bhp. The engine just sings in this, man. It's just crazy. Literally, I'm not gonna lie guys, you know, around here it's not the fastest car. By that I mean is, you know, the power is at the top end. It's definitely an autobahn car and it needs to be revved out. I mean, below like 4 or 5 it doesn't really go anywhere. Even the owner agrees with that, and a lot of other people I've spoke to in the past with these E60 M5s and also the M6 equivalent. they go at the top end. It's an autobahn car, so round here obviously you'll be faster in a smaller turbo car, but it's not the point. This thing just sings, man. Look at this. I'm just down to second. See, I wish I had more space. There's cars in front of me. That's the key thing with this car. You need a lot of space. A lot of space, definitely. The newer M cars are turbocharged. They make their power quite sort of sharply, as in like they're quite spiky. I mean, if you've ever driven an F80 M3 or a F10 M5, they got power straight away, and they are easy to live with. This thing is a bit lungy, but I don't know, it's got its own character. It's kind of good when cars have flaws. It's a bit weird to think that, but if a car's too perfect, sometimes takes away from the car. Literally, we haven't got too long with this car, but oh man, I think it'll be enough for us to give you guys a general feel for a V10. Yeah, that is a sound, man. I've never felt a top end like that. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. You know, because I've driven mostly turbo engine cars, because obviously most modern cars are turbo. This thing, man, it just keeps building. Like when you get to third gear and you ring out third gear on a private road, obviously, you're literally just surrounded by V10 noise, and it just keeps pulling, man. Mad car. It's not that fast at low speeds. I mean, a few people in the past when they reviewed this car in 05, like Top Gear and all them guys, they said it's one of the most annoying cars around town when you take it on an open road. I can understand now why, like after all these years, like 10 or so years after watching that. You got the head-up display as well. Yeah, I haven't felt nothing like this before. See, the closest I've driven to this sort of power delivery was the RS4, because obviously that's naturally aspirated. But the thing is though, this thing is a different league in terms of top end. The RS4 was grunty low down because obviously it's a manual and you can control that sort of low speed acceleration a bit better. This SMG is a bit slow. It's the SMG3, and even if you put in max settings, like it's got 5 or 6 different settings. The 6th one is only available if you turn traction off. So I've got an S5 right now, and even then it's still a bit, you know, you ring it out. Yeah, love that gear change as well. The crazy thing with these is you can put an exhaust on them and literally you can have an F1 noise. Explain to you what this car's about, I don't know what else could. Just screams, man. Yeah, you definitely got to keep your foot planted on the gas, even in gear changes, then you get just an awesome thump in the back of the head. Then we'll go this way, do that again. Have to hold on as well. Little wall here. It's one of the few cars that holds my head back like that. You know, because the gear changes and just the way this whole power delivery is, it just builds and builds, and if you try holding yourself forward, you can try, but you probably fail, to be honest, because trust me, this thing just keeps pulling. around 750 RPM. I believe it's around that. And the red line's about 8250-ish. So I mean, it shows that you really have to ring this car out to get the power. But when you downshift, it sounds like a race car, man. There's 500. See, if you're coming from, say for example, you've got a fast diesel, I don't know, you've got a 335D and you're looking to try an M car, you think, you know what, I'll get an M5 E60 for a bit because they're reasonably priced now. You're going to be in for a bit of a shock, because the thing is, you'll get in and be like, where's the power, where's the 500 bhp? It's right at the top of the rev range, and you need to be in third gear pretty much to get most of the power. So I mean, it's a different driving experience. If you jump in an F10 M5 or even an F80 M3, you're literally flying down the road at like 3000 RPM. So it's two different ways of doing an M car. Naturally aspirated, of course, and some of you guys are like proper die-hard fans of M cars of the old school. So I mean, I'm just looking forward to trying E46 M3 now. Just a second. Not bad, not bad though. The handling's okay. I mean, you can feel the sort of weight definitely, but I mean, it's not overly sort of big on the road. These are tight roads. Some of the modern sort of super saloons, you can't really bring them here. I mean, you try bringing a new RS6 here, it's going to be over the lane. It's so wide. This is pretty much just around the same size as F30 3 Series. Brakes are good. These things are screaming, man. That is something else, man. That is something else. I don't even need to talk for me to explain that. Nissan Leaf going fast. Right people, it looks like it's going to start raining now, so we'll wrap up the video quickly. E60 M5, in terms of what I think about it, it is a beast. The engine has lived up to the hype. I mean, this car was the car back when I was younger. Definitely has got a lot of power at the top end. Low speeds you won't feel it too much. Low speed you'll probably have like hot hatches keeping up with you. It's just a fact. But on Autobahn you're just going to be gone in this thing. But yeah, generally guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And also subscribe for more to come. I'm not going to force you, but it'll be pretty good. But yeah, just stay tuned to my channel. And also check out the other videos I've done. We're going to be covering a few more older cars, older M cars as well. I'll try and get hold of an E39 M5. I mean, I haven't found one just yet, but if you've got one, do let me know. E46 M3 will be coming very soon though, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But yeah, just take care and I'll see you next video. See you later guys. Let's give you a downshift though before we go.